welcome back to Who Let Me Do This, me and also you. So let's talk about it. I obviously first off want to say, damn, I look really tan right now. You've seen my last video here on my YouTube channel about my summary essentials, summary things I'm going to be using. That tan, that lazy tan, it works. It freaking works. I will have a link in the description, I think for a discount, I believe. I think it's for a discount. I could be wrong. So professional. I don't know anything. So today we are back in the closet because this is the season 2 finale. I was going to post last week and be the finale, and then I was like, let me just wait. And also I wasn't feeling it. I don't know. I just wasn't. Today we are going to be talking like we usually do, and I'm actually going to give you guys an update on a few different things. One being, yes, we're going to revisit the underconsumption journey because I personally feel like lately it hasn't really been happening, or I haven't really been very conscious of it. And clearly this is all returns, by the way. So if someone's like, you bought, yes, I did, but this is all returns. I bought a whole bunch of summer stuff from Shein thinking I'm gonna look so cute and go out to brunch and maybe go here and go there, and no. Absolutely not. We do have a haul coming for my channel, so stay tuned for that for next week. But anyways, wanted to get into something that I have briefly shared in vlogs, or the last vlog, I feel like, and it has to do with my GLP1 journey. Now, I already kind of told you guys why I started taking it, what I've been taking, which has been the Lemme GLP supplement capsules. That is what I was choosing to use. Let's just say that didn't really work out that well for me. I know a lot of people look at all these weight loss drugs as an easy fix to losing weight quickly and not having to work out and diet, which yes, has crossed my mind, but also I didn't want to, again, rely just on that to lose weight and to be healthy and get in shape and everything like that. And as someone that has struggled with body image issues, eating disorders, insecurities, binge eating especially, yeah, I've had quite the history. I've been a fat girl growing up. I've always been chunky. I've tried to change this quite a few times. I've gone on a lot of diets. I've lost weight quite a few times actually, and then gained it back, and just a whole cycle. And if I've learned anything from watching some of my favorite people, and also just kind of within myself, is that there are underlying issues between trying to lose the weight and how to keep it off. So I have struggled for many years with my weight and always comparing myself to others and wishing that I was as small as some of my friends. I'll give you guys an example. This didn't really bother me fully 1000% until I got to high school. Middle school, my younger years. And I don't like to throw this under the bus to my parents, my mom, my stepdad, but they were concerned with my weight when I was 10, 11 years old and started limiting me of what I could have. And I couldn't just be eating snacks all day, basically, which I do in retrospect understand now why they did some of the things they did. I have a whole video about this, so go find that on my channel. I'm not going to really go into deep detail about it, but let's just say food was locked in cabinets. And sometimes your girl broke into them cabinets because I'm not stupid, okay? I wanted a donut. I was going to get a it really all kind of started there, and I feel like high school and moving back here to Connecticut from Maine, environmental change, I started having really bad anxiety and depression, you name it. It just spiraled me. So body image has always been something that's been a struggle for me for years and years. I'm not ashamed to talk about it or to say it. It's a thing. And I think that, again, there's a difference between knowing you are unhealthy and need to do something about it, and then being falsely body positivity. Someone's going to come for me for that. I have a new kind of stance on body positivity. Yes, love yourself. I'm a huge person when it comes to loving yourself. I've struggled with it for many years. I feel like I'm finally in a place now where I'm pretty secure with myself, and I've done a lot of inner work, and we still got a way to go. But looking back, I'm just okay, this body positivity movement can be either a really good thing or a really bad thing. And I think in some cases where this is just a very gray area kind of situation, so take this with a grain of salt, but there's a lot of people that are I'm body positive. I'm happy to be this way. I'm happy that I'm whatever, and that's great. But what if you are extremely unhealthy? What if you have problems walking up the stairs and getting winded? Because that was me. What if it's hard for you to walk long distances and get winded that way too? That was me. What if your diet is just consisting of nothing but carbs and junk and fat and fast food all the time, and you're wondering why you're hungry all the time and you just keep eating this crap and it's not filling you up. Also me. Or you just want a sweet treat at night and you end up eating a whole thing of ice cream at night. That was also me. So you get where I'm going there. Like, I feel like there's a difference between being potty. Wow, I said potty. Are you potty positive? Being body positive, and then just being unhealthy. For years, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I have been pretty unhealthy. But then I've also had my moments where I lost weight, I was in shape, I got it together, and then I just kind of let myself slip back into old habits. And this time, we are not doing that. First of all, I am in my 30s now, and I'm not about to be looking crazy. And like, that's just something I never saw for myself. So call it a controversial opinion, but I never saw myself being really big and letting myself go, especially after having kids. Like, I want to be in shape. I want to be able to run around with them and be with them, and also just be healthy in my age going down the line, and basically like staying young forever sort of vibes. I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that I am doing all of those things. I never saw myself being a big person. That's just me personally. So every time that I've been really overweight and really big, I was like, oh my God, this is like, there was always some kind of a wake up call where it was like, look in the mirror, or this or that or the third. Now, what makes this journey so different for me is that I have just chosen to work more on the issues of why I tend to overeat, why, like, really, but really like intently. Because before, when I was doing 75 hard a couple years ago, and I was like, I'm eating what I want in moderation, I wasn't telling y'all that we were getting fast food like 3-4 times a week, me and my husband, and somehow that was considered like, yeah, I wasn't telling you guys that I was low-key kind of cheating the system of 75 hard a little bit. Not even going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you guys that I was a little delulu, thinking like, oh, I can still eat a whole bunch of fast food and do my walks and do this and that, and I will lose weight. No, you won't, Samantha. And that's kind of where I feel like skinny talk comes into, because people are like, oh my God, it's so negative. It's so bad. We're going back to the 90s and 2000s where everyone wants to be stick thin. That is not the perspective that I have on it. Yes, that was the case back in the day, and that's what I always aspired to be when I was a kid. But now I'm kind of looking at it as like, okay, well, this is all these girls that are like, get up, you don't need to be eating that, you don't need to be doing that, whatever. But like, I kind of need that, like, I need someone yelling at me being like, no, you don't need a donut. You need to get up and go for a walk. You don't need to eat a cupcake. You need to go and work out. Like, I need that personally for me. So that's why I feel like it works very well. And also, it's promoting like, here are some ways that you can like try to lose, I don't want to say try to lose weight, but here are some ways you can try to be healthier. You can go and you can eat a whole bunch of this kind of food that will fill you up more versus this, which is not going to fill you up. Or this is why you have cravings at night, because you're not eating enough during the day, that sort of thing. So I feel like skinny talk has been a great tool, at least for me personally. It's not for everyone. There's a lot of people like, oh my God, like cry. I don't know what the to tell you. Like, there's just people just like have problems with everything now. If we've noticed, this world, the society, everyone's offended by everything, and everyone has a problem with everything. And it's just annoying, and you all sound like tiny crybabies. Get the over it. Grow up. Okay? Grow up. Like, I don't understand. And there's also the topic of having no morals and no manners, especially this generation's coming up, but we're not going to get into that in this video, in this episode. Okay? We're not going to get into that. Going back to the GLP thing. So, obviously, when I was pregnant with my son, I did gain about like, oh my God, let me go back and think, 25, 30 pounds, not bad. And then I basically lost all of that once I had him, and then some. I basically lost all that and then a little bit more, because the postpartum depression was starting to kick my ass, and I wasn't really eating during the day. So that was not good. And at the time I was also pumping, so I was not eating that much and not producing very much. And it was just a cycle, as we know. So after all that, after I healed, I went on my walks and everything until I couldn't anymore. And then, of course, the holidays and this and that. I just kind of decided I want to be what I always envisioned myself to be. I'm tired of being bigger. Whoa, hello. I'm tired of being bigger than everyone else. I'm tired of having this gut. I've always had this gut. Now it's my mom pooch, but I mean, there's a reason for it. It's because I grew a beautiful baby, and before it was just there. I want this gone. I want to be healthier. I want to feel better. I don't want to feel like my back fat touching my back. Like, oh my God, that's like one of my things. It's so gross. I want to have a butt. I want to have all these things, and it's not going to be happening if I'm just sitting on my the entire day and eating chips and not giving a we were doing something about it. Hence why I started doing Pilates, which I will do when it's raining outside, because I should have probably did it today, but it is what it is. Going on my walks, trying to get 10,000 steps a day currently for the month of May. We're testing out the water, see if it's like something I can achieve for the most part, and it kind of is. So we're doing that, and trying to eat healthier. To be honest, like I'm trying to really be consciously like, okay, more protein. We need protein. Just protein. It will fill you up, Sam. Stop eating all this crap. Protein. I eat a lot of fruits now. I try to eat veggies with everything. We eat out maybe once a week, sometimes twice. I really try to just aim for once a week. Friday nights, usually my husband and I will eat out, and then my son will eat a little bit of whatever we're having too. So it kind of works out that way. And I feel like that has really been helping me a lot. And I thought the GLP would also contribute to like helping my blood sugar, since I do have some type of insulin resistance and I have diagnosis pre-diabetic years and years ago. So I really thought that this would really help with my blood sugar and my cravings, and it would just help all that. However, yes, it was doing what it needed to do. I felt like, okay, I'm losing a little weight. It's helping my cravings. I wasn't hungry as much. I wasn't craving sugar that much, whatever. I thought it was doing its thing. I was still working out and eating I was still eating okay, but like there's some things I probably shouldn't have been eating. I didn't really notice that much of a difference after a while. I think in total I probably lost, like right now, currently, I've lost about 11 pounds, right? Hold on, wait a minute. 10 pounds. I've lost about 10 pounds since the end of January, which is not that much. I'm aware. I also had a few things that happened as to why I'm not doing the GLP anymore, which are these side effects. I was aware of all the side effects before I started taking it. However, I thought it wouldn't really happen to me because I was not taking the semi-glutide injection kind of GLP. I was taking the supplement kind from Lemme. So little story time. This is not meant to scare any of you guys, especially if you are taking the Lemme. If you're doing a semi-glutide, like listen to your doctor, do what you got to do. This is just what happened to me, okay? And I just want y'all to be aware if you are taking this without like consulting a doctor, because I think this is where my downfall comes into play. In March, I did end up getting neurovirus, but I also was having terrible side effects from my GLP. I think the neurovirus like triggered all of the things, the gastrointestinal. I had terrible back and stomach pain. I had a hard time going to the bathroom. Not to be that graphic, but my number twos were like weird, and it was weird. That whole thing was weird. Like it just contributed to it, but I just thought, oh, I have neurovirus. But then I had it on and off for like 2 weeks. Extreme pains, I'm telling you guys, like labor pains. Like I thought I was in labor. Pitocin contractions. Very, very bad. I thought I was dying. Did I go to the hospital or anything? No, I didn't. It eventually went away because I did stop taking the GLP for a few days. My body was able to just like, do its thing. And then I was fine. And then a few days after, I started taking the GLP again. Fast forward to end of April, I ran out of my supply because I skipped a month on my subscription since that whole thing happened, and I was like scared, but then, yeah. So I had to wait a few days for the GLP. Beginning of May, I started taking it again because I obviously got it back. And a few days in, maybe like a week or so in, I started getting like back pains again. I was like, oh, this really sucks. What is this? This pain really hurts. And I just finished my period thinking like, okay, whatever. Maybe I'm going to ovulate, because for the most part, sometimes I can feel when I'm ovulating. It's lovely. Ended up being basically stuck to the bed all of Saturday, that Saturday morning, afternoon, evening. Could not sleep all night with on and off pains. Sunday, same thing. Pains. Almost went to the hospital, and then decided to call my OB and was like, hey girl, what's going on? Needless to say, your girl should not have been taking that, recovering from childbirth, and I'm like 10 months postpartum. How the f is that gonna affect me now? I don't know. I really thought it was my cyst, my ovarian cyst that I have, but that hasn't been bothering me. Thank God, knock on wood, for all the rude people out there that wish bad upon me. You. I really thought it was my cyst. I thought it ruptured. I thought I had to go to the hospital. Oh my God. Like it was not good. But needless to say, I probably should not have been taking that and was advised to stop taking it. So I have been off of it now since like May 5th, and is now the end of May. My body at first was like, whoa, what the f-? I had cravings again for a little bit. I was kind of freaking out. I was like, oh my God, like I'm going to go back to the way things were. Please God, no. And now being almost a month out, I'm very happy that I stopped. Number one, I don't want to go through that again. I obviously, but I don't think the GLP was really doing much for me anyways, personally. I have, again, like I said, I've lost like 10 pounds, but I wish that I would have lost more the last few months. But they do say that after you have a baby, like, it is harder to lose weight and it is harder to get in shape and whatever. I am starting to take it a little bit more seriously than I've been. So I will update you guys on that in a few months. But so far, so good. I'm doing better. I'm just doing my workouts. I'm trying to eat as good as I can and being really conscious of eating protein and veggies and fruits and kind of ignoring my cravings. This is a little bad to say, maybe, but the way I've been dealing with a lot of my cravings, especially at night, sometimes I will eat at night, but I try to make sure it's something with protein in it so that it will fill me up and I won't be like, ugh, dead. For the most part, I just have been ignoring my cravings. Someone said it like, oh, hello, there's a Gooby paw under my closet. Hello, Gooby. Sorry. Someone said it good on TikTok. I forgot who it was. Maybe it was, what is her name? I think her name's like Rumor. I think her name's Rumor. I could be wrong. She's in the Skinny Talk community. She was like, those cravings are temporary and they will go away and you can continue on. Or you could redirect yourself from a craving, which is true. Sometimes, though, not so much, because sometimes, especially like right now, I'm finishing my cycle, not to be graphic, but my cravings sometimes have been like, oh my God. Like the other night, we did get Carvel and I did get a little Sunday Dasher. Tiny little Sunday Dasher. It was actually really cute. But, that was my like period treat that I get to have because I'm going to let myself have that. Otherwise, not all the time. We've been through it. We've been through it this month. Like, it has just been crazy as far as that. And literally, as soon as I stopped taking it, so going back to all that happened, Saturday, Sunday, I was down bad. Monday, I ended up just going to my mom's for the day so she could help me take care of Brian while I was like in and out of these pains. I was doing a little bit better since I stopped the GLP. By this point, by the way, I hadn't eaten anything in like a few days. Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't even eat. It was just, the pain was that bad. And my mom gave me like ramen at night and tea. And the next morning I woke up, I was like totally better. I was back to myself. We went back home. Me and Brian went back home in the afternoon and cleaned up the house, and we just got back to our routine just like that. So needless to say, I'm pretty positive that GLP is not for the weak and you should definitely consult a doctor before taking it and not be stupid like me and just take it for funsies. Although I really thought it was going to be a helpful tool, mostly for my blood sugar. That's something that I have been so paranoid about now since I was pregnant. I didn't realize how like bad my blood sugar could get when I was pregnant, but also like just eating sugar in general. I have opted to try to go no sugar as much as possible. Low sugar, no sugar, no sugar, zero sugar, the best that I can, because that has been always my downfall. It's sugar. Obviously unavoidable sometimes. Sometimes I will have it. Moral of the story, consult a doctor. Don't just take something because you think it's safe, because it may not be safe for you. And if you are experiencing stuff after taking something, maybe stop, maybe call a doctor. And if you are having severe pains like me, go to the hospital. Don't be stupid and ride it out like I do, because I'm stubborn as hell. Okay. So now we are going to get into my little bit of underconsumption journey here. It's been pretty good. I still have been trying to not buy a lot of things. I'm on a no spend, low spend, so I probably should have made it a no spend, but here we are, okay? Like, it is what it is at this point. Obviously, over here, if you're watching this on YouTube, I have some clothes that I recently got from Garage. Yeah, been a while for that one. Sam's. And then this whole bag back behind me is full of returns for Shein, because I had a whole idea in my head. Like, I just love the aesthetic of a tube top or a tank top with like those linen pants, and it looks so cute. Bought a whole bunch of hate it. Every single one made me look like I had a front diaper on. Like, how? I don't know. So that's all going back. But I did get some things to help fulfill that little summer fantasy in my mind, because your girl's planning on going out a lot this summer, with and without the baby, for anyone wondering. I don't know. I feel like people like attack moms a lot more for going out than, just someone going out, which is ridiculous. And there's a girl that I follow that is also a first-time mom that she, I think, just got a job as a medical assistant. She goes out all the time. She always has her baby with her parents or something, like on weekends, so she can go out during the week, whatever. Honestly, live your life, girl. Live your life. Or there's a whole thing of like, oh, if you are a mom of one, you might as well just be like, you're comparable to someone that doesn't have kids. That's, first of all, because having one is a lot. It is a lot to have a child in general, and to compare it to having no kids, like, you try it. You want to trade? You want to trade. I am honestly blessed and lucky that my son is not insane. I don't know how to describe that. That's just, I'm blessed that he is not like a lot of other babies and kids at his age that are like wild and crazy and out of control and whatever. But I do, again, as a former teacher, would like to say that it does start with the parents. So, and someone said once, calm parents, calm babies. So there's also that. But I feel blessed enough too that I'm still able to go out nonetheless. And even if I did have another child, I still would be making that time for myself to go out and to have time to myself, or to go somewhere, or to hang out with one of my friends, or whatever it is, because we are people too. Why are we still living in like the 1950s and people don't think that women are people, that mothers are people? Like, I'm still me. That was always something I really feared when, before I had kids. Like, one of my friends, I remember telling her when we still worked at the daycare, I was like, oh my God, what if I change? What if I start dressing in the old lady section? What if I get big? What if this, like, I've just seen so many moms like kind of take that route where like they kind of let themselves go. They choose to take care of their kids and work and do what they got to do, but they kind of take that route of like not really caring about themselves, and or not wanting to, or not having the time, or whatever it is. And I was always so fearful that that was going to be me, and I never wanted it to be. I still want to be myself. I still love what I love. I still want to do things I want to do. Things just are a little bit different, yes, with a baby. And yes, there are times that I get to be baby free. As you guys know, if you watch my videos, like sometimes my son goes to my in-laws for the day. Sometimes my mom takes him. Like, I'm still able to have a little bit of a life. And I don't think that that should differ from having like one to multiple children to no children. I'm a huge, huge believer that moms need to take care of themselves. That's wrong. Advocate. I'm an advocate for that. It is not easy. And I know a lot of people say that being a stay-at-home mom is taking the easy way out. And I don't really care what you have to think, because it's the best thing I've ever out of my life. Honestly, it's the best thing. Am I stressed a lot? Yeah. Do I get overwhelmed? Yeah. Do I get overstimulated? Oh, yeah. But would I trade it for the world? Absolutely not. Because my son is only a baby one time, and then before you know it, he's going to be going to preschool, and then I'm on my own again. That is our plan for our son. I definitely want him to go to preschool. Personally, I just went straight to kindergarten. I never had preschool, but I definitely want him to have some pre-exposure to other kids and to a classroom setting and a teacher and all of that. The next step will be in a few years to find out which one's the best, and I'm already like keeping tabs in my head, like which ones I kind of like, which ones I'd consider, that sort of thing. But it's very difficult as someone that has worked in childcare and has been in that position, that, you know, I know that, like, you know, the things that go on behind the scenes. So if there's any parents listening to this, they're like, what are you talking about? Oh, sketchy, depending on the daycare, but it's usually the same story with every single one. Doesn't matter if it's like a high tech, like high educational, we preach our education system, like this other one I worked at. Bleh. They have our own quality assurance, to ones that really just don't give a. It's the same story, different daycare. I was going into my underconsumption. I don't know how that went that crazy. Anyways, so as far as that goes, I've been kind of keeping track on my calendars every single month of like the days that I spend money like unnecessarily. I'll put like a red star, and the days that I don't, I put a green star. It has been slowly dwindling the last couple months. January was rough. February still rough. March was better. April a little, still a little teetering. May was actually, April was pretty good. And May has been okay. I would like to get it down to maybe like 3 or 4 a month. Right now we are down to 10, which you're probably like, 10? 10? Yes, I know, 10. I have no excuse for it. Sometimes I just buy things. Sometimes I buy things I need. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I buy stuff for my son. Sometimes I, like this, buy clothes for the summer, because I actually just got rid of like 4 whole more bags of them, of stuff in this closet that I've hated, that are gross, that just, I needed to get them out of my closet. So you take what you get, you know? As far as like shopping goes, still love it, but not as much. I feel that I'm becoming more selective over things, as I've mentioned before in the other update I did. I've been very, very selective over things that I want to buy, that I think are cute. It's like, yes, that is cute. We don't need to buy it. It's like, do you really need this? No. Are we actually going to wear this? Maybe once or twice. Is it going to end up in donation? Probably. We're putting it back. That sort of thing. Like, I've just been more like, I don't need to buy everything I see. Like, I can just buy like one thing or not buy anything at all. Charity. Growing up, maybe? I don't know. But that's kind of where I'm at. I'm still a chronic returner, clearly. We are getting there slowly but surely. I haven't really bought any new makeup stuff, and if I have, you guys see on TikTok, some of it has actually gotten returned. The Kylie lip butters, I hate them. I just didn't like them. They went back. A NYX highlighter I bought, I returned it. A Beach Balm lip balm that did not have SPF, returned it. So it has its moments, but we're still working on it. We're still getting there. I'm more excited to spend money on going out and experiences and not spending money going to the beach. Of course, as a non-negotiable is obviously my hair. Look at these roots, you guys. Like, they're crazy. I purposely pushed my hair appointment. It was supposed to be a few weeks ago, but your girl is going to see Halsey in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. Oh my God. And I wanted my hair to be fresh for that. I feel like the summer is going to fly. It just feels like it's already like starting and it's going by so quick already. Like, we're going to be in June next week. What? I think that's where I'm going to end this episode. I think I hear my child crying, so I'm going to go fix that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And thanks for sticking with me for season 2. Season 3, more of the same. More of the same. I don't know when I'm coming back yet. Maybe July, maybe August. I have no idea yet. I just feel like we all need a break a little bit. And maybe not as many breaks with episodes too, because that actually has kind of aggravated me a little bit why I did that. So, except last week. Last week I had a reason because I wanted to do it for this week. Be safe. Don't be stupid. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Enjoy your summer. Wear your SPF. Wear your SPF. Wear your sunscreen. And I will see you guys for season 3. Bye.